Stories. There are fears that the H1N1 virus has now mutated and resembles the Spanish flu virus that killed more than 50 million people at the beginning of the 20th century. Ukrainian doctors say the lungs of the victims are as black as charcoal. This prompts fresh concern that the swine flu virus has taken a deadly new form. Our correspondent Igor Ogorodnev went to the epicenter of the outbreak in western Ukraine.
Make no mistake about it, Ukraine is in the throes of a swine flu crisis. I'm here in Lviv. Lviv has been one of the hot spots where the virus has been at its worst. Some of the parts of the hospitals here, which are intended for other illnesses, have been refurbished and swine flu patients have been put in them. It's become fashionable to trivialize swine flu and say it's just like normal flu. But doctors here say it isn't. It's more aggressive and it's more likely to lead to complications, particularly pneumonia. There's been worldwide speculation as to why Ukraine has been specifically so hard hit by it. In fact, there have been some theories published in the British papers suggesting that the virus had mutated in Ukraine and had become something more potent than it had been elsewhere in the world. That's what they're saying, but it has not so far been confirmed by Ukrainian scientists. Ukraine is in the run-up to its presidential election, and there have been a few political points to be scored over this crisis, such as who let this crisis get out of control, who's in the best position to deal with it, and also Tamiflu, the one cure which is proven to work against swine flu. How is the best way to get it? Is it being distributed fairly? Should people be getting it for free? These are all questions which have been discussed endlessly by Ukrainian politicians and also in the Ukrainian media, which has been stoking this fire and attracting attention to this particular crisis. The doctors here are actually saying that they're winning the battle against swine flu. They're saying that the amount of patients coming in is getting smaller almost every day and that this wave is going down. But what they are saying is that it might return over the next few weeks, perhaps months and even years. So it's far too premature to be talking.
Now there are fears that H1N1 has now mutated and resembles the Spanish flu virus that killed more than 50 million people at the beginning of the 20th century. Ukrainian doctors say the lungs of the victims are as black as charcoal, and this prompts fresh concern that the swine flu virus has taken a deadly new turn. Our correspondent Igor Ogorodnev went to Ukraine to investigate the recently revealed facts.
Ukraine is in the midst of a real swine flu crisis. Over the past 3 weeks, nearly 1.5 million people, according to official statistics, have been diagnosed with the virus H1N1, and more than 300 people are confirmed to have died from it. In fact, the problem has been so serious that aid has been given from neighboring countries and benefit concerts staged for the people of Ukraine. I'm in Lviv, which is the epicenter of the infection. Here, thousands and thousands of people have fallen ill. In fact, I got the chance to visit some of the hospitals today, and some of the wards which were intended for other illnesses have been converted into swine flu wards. It's been fashionable to trivialize swine flu, to suggest that it's just another form of flu, that it's not that different from the ordinary flu. But the doctors here say that this is not the case at all. It is something which affects not just elderly people, not just those weakened, but people of any age. And it's particularly hard on the lungs. A lot of people who have died from pneumonia, and that's a common complication from this form of flu. Some are saying that the success of swine flu in Ukraine is not an accident. A British newspaper has come out with a statement that the form of swine flu, which is spread around the world, has mutated in Ukraine and has become particularly dangerous. So far, the scientists in Ukraine itself have not confirmed these rumors, though they're saying that they're carrying out studies to compare the forms of flu in Ukraine and elsewhere. Another controversy has been the distribution of Tamiflu, which is the most reliable cure against swine flu. And once again, this has become a political football. People are discussing who should be getting it, how much should people be paying for it, and so on. But the doctors are saying that, in fact, the worst of this wave of swine flu is over. There have been a lot of public measures, and, in fact, the rate of people who are coming into hospitals every day, this rate is dropping. But what they are saying is that this is by no means the last wave. And, in fact, in several weeks or several months, the disease may return, and it may be as strong.